So this week I'm going over borrow-lend protocols, cryptocurrencies that are specific to borrowing and lending. They would fall within the decentralized finance space. If you watch me, you know that I discuss decentralized finance all the time. I think it is one of the most important crypto industries moving forward. First, my disclaimer, I'm a big dumb animal. Don't do what I do. Not a financial advisor. Informational purposes only. Take a look at this. I've got 2 different exchanges you can use, and you can receive bonuses if you use these QR codes or my link below. They have access to thousands of cryptos that you may not find on some of the other larger exchanges. Also, I've been using for multiple years, over 3, iTrust Capital for the crypto that I hold within an IRA. Wait to the end. I'll talk all about my crypto school if you want to learn everything about crypto and have daily updates with my community. Okay. 2 that you may not have heard of in the space. But first, if you're interested, the previous versions, or I should say the previous episodes, which you'll find on my playlists on my YouTube page, just go ahead and like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. The first one we discussed institutional lending, those specific to institutional lending. Maple Finance, Syrup, Clearpool, and Goldfinch. Then we discussed multi-chain lending protocols, first movers, the ones that have been around for a while, of course, Aave and Compound. And Aave is used quite a bit by other chains. And then we used those that are a little more specific to a particular layer 1. We did Morpho for Base. Although Morpho is on many different chains, it was chosen by Base to be the lending protocol against Bitcoin for the Coinbase users. Bonzo Finance on Hedera, Sui Lend on, of course, Sui. Today, we're going to talk about 2 more. And then when I wrap everything up tomorrow, I'll have one particular one that I think is very interesting. I don't think you want to miss. Small market cap, big opportunity, doing some very unique things. Actually, one unique thing. Okay. The 2 today are Venus Protocol XVS and Spark SPK. Here's Venus at 100 million market cap, fully diluted, about 200. So about half of their tokens, coins are in circulation. They are essentially what Aave is to Ethereum, Venus is to the BNB chain, XVS. Their interface looks like any of the other ones. You can see here their total supply is 2.7 billion. That's adding up their available liquidity of 1.2, their total borrow of 800. They've got, of course, what's being supplied, USDC, 88 million. It goes on down the list. You can see the supply APY, what you will earn if you supply those assets to the protocol. Total borrowing amount, what's being borrowed by users and what they're paying. You can also earn some bonus tokens as well. DeFi Llama is jiving with their own homepage, which is about 1.9 billion. You can see it was quite a bit back here in the 2021 run-up, which will make sense. And now it's gone back up since 24 substantially. It's had a nice run. It's been very consistent. Now, as we look at the chart, we'll see that during that 2021 time, when they had substantially more TVL, total value locked in the protocol, they were up around $140, spiked even higher. Now they're around $7, makes it almost impossible to gauge where this could potentially go. It's going to have a lot to do with the BNB chain. There are so many more layer 1s that have made such substantial progress and are getting a lot of attention, like Hedera and Sui and Base and others since that time, and their borrow-lend protocols that it's really difficult to say what this one would do based on past. So I wouldn't even be looking at that time frame. More the 24, 25, it's sort of a sideways move. I don't have any predictions on this one, but you can see it was up substantially in the past. It is comparatively 200 million fully diluted value to roughly 2 billion. So that's 1/10. So they have 10 times more total value locked than their market cap. Some may say that would be undervalued. It really depends on how much more it's going to be used. The next is Spark. I find Spark to be very interesting. 100 million market cap, fully diluted, almost 700 million. Not a lot circulating. Some people don't like that. If you look at their unlock schedule, other than this in 26.5, it's pretty small on an ongoing basis in terms of their releases. Don't think it's going to make a big difference. Fully diluted value is what matters. If we look at Spark, they've got here Let's see, Spark total TVL 5.4 billion, liquidity layer 4.56, and their savings TVL 2.49. They have a substantial amount. What's interesting about Spark is they've got their, if we jump into it, their savings, and you can obtain yields on stable coins. They do have quite a bit of an RWA integration because you see as a user the front end putting in stable coins, and you're getting a really nice APY comparatively to banks. So what are they doing in the back end? They're actively managing their capital allocation across multiple funds that deal with real world asset tokenization. BlackRock BUIDL, Superstate USTB, Centrifuge JTRSY. So on the back end, they are actively managing the money through those RWA funds. And then they've got their lending, and you can borrow here just like any other protocol. You can see what you've deposited, the various assets, the wrapped assets, primarily Ethereum, some stable coins, and then you can borrow against that USDC, DAI, USDS, and they show you your loan to value, and then when you might be liquidated, and the borrow rate. So the borrow rate's pretty reasonable comparatively to some others, but you're borrowing stable coins, which is the better thing to do. So I think these two are interesting. If we look at, they've got almost 8 billion total value locked, and their market cap is 700 million. Let's call it 800 million, easy math. Again, 1/10. Just like Venus was 1/10 when you looked at fully diluted value compared to total value locked. They're sitting at the same. Now let's look at their chart. They haven't been out that long. They had the typical run up, and they gave up, roughly speaking, 50%, maybe a little more, which is pretty typical on a fast run up to give back about 50% of the gains. Don't have some past experience as to where this one could go. I personally think DeFi is going to do great. If we believe the total market can still go a 2x, 2.5x from here, and if we think the others market can do, generally speaking, an 8x, these are things we talk about within my community. We just try to benchmark total market, altcoin market. So do I think this could 8x? Yes. And could it do even more? Potentially. They're operating somewhat almost like a basic bank, but it is a typical borrow lend. I think they'll do very well. Thank you for watching. Listen to what I have to say about my school community, and don't miss tomorrow's episode. I'm going to go over everything and then give you that one outlier that I think may do extremely well. Love how I break things down? Then hop into my crypto school. You'll get step-by-step courses on everything: buying, selling, staking for yield, borrowing, lending, even going fully debanked. Plus, join lively crypto chats and catch my daily market updates. And lastly, if you just want to help support the channel, there's a join button just below this video.